Okay, the first thing to understand is that I was a 4.4k DPS player. Or should I say Hanzo player. Before I was playing Moira, right? So I'd like to think that I could kind of grow any of the roles to about that level. If I put the hours into playing like the heroes. So there's the sort of the start. Am I succeeding with Moira? I mean, I guess I'm doing all right, but I think it is a lot to do with the understanding. A lot of the time of the bigger picture. Like, I'm not thinking necessarily about what's in front of me most of the time. I'm thinking about, okay, look. Think like chess and several moves in advance. Right now, we've got a ball and a diva. Let's say we lose our diva in the first 5 seconds of the game. How does the rest of the match play out until that diva gets back? Right, what do you think happens? Slowly our team gets pressured back, right? We don't have the tank. Our lone tank, I mean, it's a ball in this case, so it's not like going to play exactly like this. But our lone tank's going to get double the pressure on them because they can't split any with their off tank. So our healers are going to get overwhelmed. We're going to get pressured further and further and further back until we crack. Now, you can play that style, play highly defensive until our diva returns, and you've got to buy enough time for that. The alternative is you go, right, okay, how can we disrupt them so they don't just W onto us? How can we reduce their pressure? How can we make the players that are thinking that they're going to go, like, W into us, overextend? Well, for me, it's like if you need to right-click. And I had to do it right. So anyway, an alternative version is I'll take it upon myself to say, okay, look, our healers are going to be useless very shortly anyway because we're going to get overwhelmed. Why don't I try and knock out their healers out of the equation? What happens in that situation? Well, the enemy tanks push forward because they know that they've got a tank advantage, but they don't get the level of healing that they expect to be getting because their healers are occupied by another player. So suddenly they find themselves in trouble. I did not want to fall off there. Soldiers behind.
So you want make it.
Oh. Okay. There's a ball coming all the way behind.
Rain has shadow, just saying.
What in the shadow?
Hold on. Yeah, bro.
I was going to step back out and get that orb again. So I bounced off the back wall. And if I survive, now's when I step out. And I wouldn't have been in the soldier visor. Oh, goddamn. Need fade jumps. Don't want to bounce the orb yet.
Get into position.
Yeah, they're gonna put missile.
No one can hide from my sight. This will heal you. Feel the healing beat.
Nice, Hugo.
Thank you.
Oh, we hit the platform. Ryan's low, very low.
There's a Lucy left side.
Carry that with him.
Yeah.
Don't hit the platform. Don't hit the... Okay, well, it didn't hit anyone anyway.
Widow is rated our Widow.
You see me invade.
Ryan's coming for him.
Widow still hit me. That's why I was moving erratically, by the way, because of the Widow.
The ball, right?
They're coming, they're speeding you out. Go. Boom.
Wow.
I fucking died. Yeah. Okay, I will get 8
They have fucking ball on me. Can't up here. Oh, roll the
So I thought he was going to push forward to shatter, so if I just walk backwards, I'm dead.
The ball 1 HP on me.
So the only chance of survival was to walk forward through into him. Watch the shatter. Okay, he went for me with it.
Apa udah?
I'm done with it. I have no DPS.
Oh, that is out there.
Oh, close.
Okay.
Yeah, the orb will come back to us around here, so
Fall behind. Okay. Sit on my face. Okay. Second left. Ballon. Second camp. Oh, she's stopping. Fucking Echo behind. Echo no hold now. I'm gonna place them.
I'm gonna be going.
Range 1. Neutral hold. Nice. Just range hold. First we hold.
Almost. Let's go. I'm speeding.
I'm not. I couldn't fuck my bad. My bad.
Get into position.
You're fucking Echo.
They go Messi,
Yo, get this fucking right out of me! Yes!
I got you.
We don't stop that far.
Ah.
This will heal you.
10 seconds, guys. Please. Can you touch?
Junk, what are you doing with the tide? Why don't you touch?
Second, fuck.
He went for the
There's a
win.
fucking Mercy Widow right on me.
So the problem with that is you have to kill everything.
Prepare to attack. Select
In the grand scheme of things, right, it doesn't actually mean much. It's a few seconds, and also that can be really beneficial. If we cap in overtime, we are the team with the advantage, not them. Even if they have 4 seconds extra time, we definitely have the advantage being the attackers first. So actually, it's probably fine. Oh, no, it's... Okay. So the downside is, if we cap with over a minute left, they get another free go. But if it's under a minute left, we get an advantage, providing we complete the map.
Anyone have an extra coat or some mittens?
attack commences in 30 seconds.
I think he had it in his head in advance what he was going to do. It was get up top, get the last bit of his ultimate, and then use Tyre. And I'd be kind of the same, right? I'd have the same thought with Coalescence. The only difference is with Cole, I can obviously, while I'm using Cole, I can go, oh shit, I need to contest the point, I can jump down. Whereas when you've pressed Q with Junk, you're locked in the Tyre.
3, 2, 1. Capture.
I'm not going to get the health pack. I'm going to use an orb.
Preparing the damage. Allow me to repair the damage.
Because I want the ult charge.
Fucking bomber. One ring. That's why I'm just... No one listen.
Get into position.
I can take it just to kill me.
Yeah, I can't.
Match one. Playing with Widow now.
Touch
This is
from
one.
afar. Join with me.
Commence attack objective.
Oh, we don't mean shot.
I got one. No, almost got it.
Can you kill Widow?
Go.
Ball half.
Marah.
Oh, pick up. Fire, don't see someone.
Get up. Don't touch him. Headshot.
See you later, Ryan.
Run.
Oh my god, you're so good! Popping off! I know it's fucking a losable game when we are fucking Kaya, you know?
Score.
Bro, I swear to God, I fucking sped him, and he was like,
No, it's basically
fucking
exactly
on
the
back
same timing to do the regular fade jumps.
Legit fucking killed 3 people.
The
out of
difference
nowhere.
is that you can now jump off of higher objects if you're standing further away from them. So a normal object is pretty much the same. Whereas the... okay, it comes down to the height of objects. Like, I made a little YouTube video demonstrating it. But I don't really have time to show it right now. Like, let's say this object, you can't normally fade jump up because it's too high. It's above, it's like head height, right? But you can get an angle from further back so you can hit it. Whereas before, you were limited to your peak jump height. So you jump smaller objects by being close to them. But now, like, you can jump from further back and you can get the slide off of it. Yeah, it's way easier. Like, there's about 20 ways to do it. Well, that explanation has missed my start orb, so let's hope it's not too costly.
2, 1. 60 seconds.
Still, start orbs are like, they're not important because you're just trading ult charge. You're giving the enemy supports ult.
Oh God, I'm speeding you up. Get out, homie.
Get into position.
Yeah, buddy. You can deal with Echo. You don't want to fucking build. Mercy. Stay on your horn.
Tracer on point. I used my fade for the Rhine charge that was coming in. We heard it coming in. We don't know if it's aiming for us or not.
It's unwinnable.
Ain't no way, bro.
This will heal you.
Fucking no balance shot. Fucking push, yeah.
Hope you should do.
Should wait for him.
I will draw strength from your body.
I'm 4 HP.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Oh, she's copy.
My god, they're all so weak around here.
Oh, maybe I will do something. The train out.
One trap.
Let's do motherfucker.
Train out, chill, train one. Oh all.
We're still in an alright position even if we lose this, because
They all reset, they all reset.
but it would definitely be nicer.
Allahu Akbar.
Huge.
Oh shoot!
Oh shit.
I'm gone.
Someone's trapped behind.
Hogs anti.
Ryan, 1 HP.
Nice.
Okay, that's good. That works.
This shit is.
Score 2-3. Switching sides. Prepare to attack.
So here's a few things about Moira and high ground.
Do a hook hack your stats here.
Moira doesn't really suffer
What is the
from.
percentage, you know?
Sorry?
Okay, if you're playing someone like
What is the
Hanzo
percentage of,
No English.
and you're firing perfectly
No,
horizontal,
Espanol.
if your arrow misses someone, it can hit someone else behind them, right?
Español?
Whereas if you're on high ground and you're shooting an arrow at someone, if you miss them, it's going to hit the floor.
Okay.
Moira doesn't get that advantage, right? So there's no like downside to her being on the high ground. Because it's not like if I'm all the way up here, I've got nothing that if I miss is going to hit someone else.
Sure, Ruski.
30 seconds.
The other thing is that you're adding an extra axis to the enemy's aiming. I'm a firm believer that one player should be elevated or, well, yeah, pretty much always elevated from the rest of your team, so that the enemy has to use that axis of their aim, right? If everyone's on the same plane, then aiming for them is quite easy. So I try to make sure that at least one of our player is up there. Go on, just kill the Mercy Orb. Kill the Mercy. That would have been heroic. If for some reason she was like 1 health. Oh.
That's main house.
Come on.
There's a Lucio behind up
There's
top.
someone there.
I don't know, this fucking flying. Moira, what the fuck?
I was doing that before the buff. Woo! Yeah, you need healing.
You go with Paul.
The trace is problem.
Can you go with
Behind, guys. Hold behind.
Surrender to my will.
Rain now, sure.
Gotta watch the shadow coming in.
Oh, bye.
Got to stop it. Rain now. Second house, rain now.
Take one.
I can have fun, yeah. I can have fun.
Echoes one up top. Ah.
I didn't get to eat, so fuck.
Did they use
Didn't use
everything?
anything.
Yeah.
No. Okay, no, they use Valk. They kill it, Valk.
Oh,
Women.
no one cares about
Valk.
Valk. No one cares about Valk.
I know, they have copy and beef for this fight.
Power of destruction.
Just get better for Valk. We can't do that. You're gonna boss one.
I could one.
I'm gonna... I must hide one though.
They're all going left, so all going left.
I go on. Get us up.
Rain one, the hot behind, fuck off,
People
fuck off.
push me, I gotta be careful.
No, we need to Shuffle. Good. So, these
Yeah,
pulls
just copy, pulse, B.
and... Okay, cool. The only Shatter and Hoggle.
Please. Oh, she probably
Allow me to repair the damage.
Nice.
Wait for me if we go with me.
Did he shadow?
Yes.
Let's up.
The second one.
Another
Let's go.
You see how he wanted to shatter me when I went for the flank, and then he realized I'm on the high ground.
Take a trap.
Let's play to Mega. Straight to left.
Mercy, look at Mercy. Mercy.
Let's play to me, I need you. Oh. Sorry. Nice. Okay, move that side.
Go on hog. Somehow. With no health.
Oh,
Mercy up.
Where's the point?
Perhaps a new methodology
Go
is
back.
required.
This is gonna be.
This will heal you.
just a one.
I pass this forward.
Anything.
Allow me.
Orb will come back to us later.
Thank you.
Let's try to hold.
I'm gonna walk point. I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna be close. Rain.
Shit. I'm so happy that D.Va's hitbox is larger than mine.
Somebody's back.
Listen now.
Mercy.
And Reaper coming.
Nice.
GG guys.
Eddie.
Carry! Oh no, this actually Kaya carries, you know?
Yeah.
And
Hey,
they have both stats.
No,
Yeah,
let's
let's
go.
go.
Play of the game.
Oh, it's not me. Fuck. GG could not me.
We'll see. It shouldn't be a career peak here. Oh, level up. What if we hit a new peak when we hit level 100? Rank 14. Okay, so we gained 20 SR. It's gonna mean 3 games to get a new peak.